Okay, should be going live now. Can I hear myself? I hear the wind. Now I hear myself. There we go. Yep, now I'm a little too quiet. Let's adjust this a little bit. It's been a while. Let's see. Hello? That's a lot better. A little white noise in the background so that it's human. Okay. I need to turn myself down or else I won't pick up on everything. But there you go. Okay. Cool. So we're just gonna basically take some of my plugins and just make demos because I need to make them, and what could go wrong if I demonstrate it in real time? Okay, so I need to get the actor's inventory and then the potion. So I need to create a potion for us. Did I want potion? Yes. I have this weird diagram on my whiteboard that indicates how and where I want things to go. I want HP, gold, and an item. That's all I need. So I just need to make the item, which isn't too hard. I just need to bring up this. Let's enter this game real quick. We want to do game, party. Is it A equals actors or A equals party in my plugin? If it's not actors, it should be actors. And it's not formatted correctly. Okay, let's see. Did I tell myself here? Cost, gold, formula, B. Okay, so no, it's not. So A equals actors. We need inventory, so that's going to be some JavaScript code. Because we want to do something like underscore items, and I need to check to see what the items are, which means I need to give myself an item. I can give myself directly the items. How do you give items? There we go. Don't have any. Okay, so I need to add an item. Pretty simple. There we go. We want to call it a potion. There we go. That looks good enough. And this potion will, when you use the skill with the potion, it'll grant you MP. So, MP, actually, MP lotion. Yeah, let's just go MP lotion. It doesn't have to logically make sense. It's a demo, just to show that hey, you make skills cost items. When you use rub, it will use up this item to rub in new MP. Okay, when using it, ribbon, yep, new MP, cool. Let's mark it as not consumable, regular item, doesn't matter the scope, can always be used, all that's fine. Okay. Hey, you want some lotion? That seems good enough. Yep, that sounds like something I would say. Okay. Change some items, MP lotion, give. I don't even give you a choice. You're gonna take the lotion no matter what. Okay, so that gives the lotion. So actually I'm gonna call this lotion. Close that out. We still need to come up with the equation. So basically all you need to do is come up with what number, what like value can I decrement and actually affect the object. Just give you like 3 lotions, that sounds good. And then boom. And then I want to say it's game party items bracket 1. And if I go in here, there's 3. And if I go -1, that gives me 2. Okay, but I need to set it. Okay, so that will be now I should have 2. Yep. Okay, so we can just take game party 1 and that should decrement the cost equivalently. So boom. We just created a lotion costing item. Or an item that costs lotion. Okay. Okay. I think that's all we needed to do for specials. HP, gold, item, done. Cool. Now we just do some skill building. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 skills. Plus 2 equals 6. Done. The first skill is going to be summon gold coin. What is a gold coin? They really don't have like just a coin? Wow. Oh, there it is. Okay. Summon gold coin. Use up, let's say 5 MP to get 10 gold. 5 gold. Sure. 5 can be a magic, doesn't matter. Yeah, it can be a magic. Got to be applied to the ally has to be alive. Anytime you can do it. You cast summon gold coin. Good. I have to add a note. So I need that, and then I need to recall what I called the art. The art was called gold. Give me a second. I want to add a note to that plugin because party should be a short key. You should be able to type P and get into the party option. Party and items, because people are going to use that all the time. Party, people are going to use it to get to gold, and they're going to use it to get to items. What is this? This is skill cost formula. So let me add some to-dos in the developer log. Parameter key words P equals party and I equals party inventory. Good enough. Just so I can remember that, hey, there's better ways of doing this. Okay. So this is going to be called gold. Replace art with the name you want the custom cost to be. So SirLegna's gold cost. Okay. And it's gonna, actually no, this doesn't cost anything special. This is gonna be used for the next guy. The next one is going to be called harden. Melt 5 gold coins onto your skin. Actually, merge 5 gold coins into your skin to boost health. Because that makes sense. Good enough. Doesn't cost anything there, but it's going to have a 5 gold coin cost. That's good enough. Okay. Transmute. Extract lotion. Trying to think of, that looks good. So this is going to have HP costs. Which HP is HP, so that's fine. Good there. I think it might need to be capitalized. We'll find out. And then lotion, rub in lotion. There's no, that looks good enough. Like 2 hands rubbing together. Use a lotion to boost your MP by 5. By 4. By 5! There you go. Okay. And we called it lotion cost. So HP cost, gold cost, and MP cost. All that's looping around. Does rub in lotion, uses extract, cast extract, cast extract. Harden, uses harden, good enough. Okay, let's make sure the cast boom, boom, boom. Harden, extract, rub in. Summon, harden, extract, rub in. Yep, that makes sense. Cool. And theoretically, we should have testable game now. There we go. I wonder, does my face get in the way when I do that? Yeah, slightly. Okay. So if I go to skills, he doesn't have magic, he has special. 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 Yep, not none. Special. Okay. Okay, now if I go to skills, there's an error. Okay. Type HP, but wait, what? Skill meta is none. What is this? Summon gold coin. It automatically casts it to lowercase, which is fine. Why is it breaking? Oh, is it not? It's not breaking. I'm doing tries. Watch, it's not gonna break. See? There we go. I need to turn this guy off. So what it tries to do is it tries to cast it if it is available. There you go. So I shouldn't be able to do these. You know what? Sound effects might have been nice to have. Let's go adjust the sound effects real quick. There we go. So now I'll be able to tell if I can actually use this skill or not. Why can't I use this? Okay, I can use Harden. I shouldn't be able to use Harden. I can use Extract Lotion. And Extract Lotion doesn't do what I want it to do, though. It's been a while since I've used this plugin. Okay. It takes previous me, tell me what I need to do. Okay. Compose multiple plugins. Yep. This plugin allows you to dynamic the skill cost with in MP or TP using. Okay, yep. I can define TP and MP dynamically. I can define an art cost dynamically, yep. Okay. But why am I suddenly quiet? Why is my stream suddenly quiet? Come on. Skeptic is here. How long ago was that? What is this? Oh no, you just got here. Okay. Yeah, YouTube apparently wanted to mute my one, so okay. I'll watch me a million times and keep YouTube alive. Okay, so it is It is removing my health correctly. Let's see if it removes my lotion correctly. Here's some lotion, here's some lotion. There we go. Okay, I got 3 lotions. And when I use the skill rub in lotion, it didn't remove it. It does remove my health though. Right? No, that's to boost. These both to boost. One of these on. This one takes health. Take all my health. This should gain health, but I didn't cut it all the way there. Okay, there's a problem somewhere. Either in my plugin itself or in my interpretation of my plugin. HP is working. I'm almost certain gold should be working. I'm not giving myself gold. But it shouldn't allow me to use the skill even if I don't. Yeah, let's call common event 1. That's an easy fix. Of course, the issue is this plugin generally comes with 3. Because generally you get, or generally I use it with all 3. I use it with the display, the formula cost, and the sorter. But not everyone will use it that way. So we need to see what's going on. Okay. Create some stuff, evaluate some formulas. That's fine. Evaluate a number should be fine. I need to add party in this. I actually rewrote this entire evaluation function because there's a better way of doing it, and I really love the other way. Okay. If the skill costs something alternate, if the skill costs something TP, if the skill costs something MP. Pay skill. There we go. Okay, so it checks to see if everything is true, which means it will pass all the skills, all the art skills you gave me. It will check to see if the source of the skill is greater than the current cost of that skill. Other way around. It checks to see if the source is less than the cost. If it is, it can't be purchased. I should break here. Gonna add a note there to add a break after the can pay. There's no point in looping through the rest if you can't pay already. Okay, it looks like some of my audio came back. Because I heard twice of me again, suddenly. Okay. Can pay needs to break if you cannot. That's just a small optimization. Basically, I want to add that line. And basically what that means is, let's say you have 1 billion art skills, it will keep checking to see if everyone can be afforded. If one cannot, if even the very first one cannot, it will set that to false, and then it will break out of this loop so it stops checking. It doesn't check every 1,000 ones. Okay. Go back to my skill cost. There we go. Okay. So if I go to skills, it's gonna set that to true. Yep. It's gonna create a list of all the skills, which it did. Awesome. From that list, it will grab the total. Okay. Then it will parse that individual skill into its own item. Fine. Where it says, hey, the name is HP and the total cost is A.HP. Yes, okay. Then it wants to calculate what the source is. The source is your HP. That's fine. If HP is greater than this object, so this is going to return a value. So the first thing it's going to check to see is, does this skill have the type HP in lowercase? That's, I think, is my problem. I think that's it, because this doesn't have it, so it shouldn't even go into that. It does for whatever reason. That's problematic. But it's going to return 0 anyways. Why does it go in? Oh no, it should go into this because this is saying that the custom type is not normal. This is when I'm evaluating a custom formula, I believe. Right? What is this? SirLegna, what did you write in your fever dreams? The actor is the caster. It's saying, tell me what the skill type of the caster is? The skill type of the caster is nothing. There is no skill type cost of the caster. Okay. Fine. I think I know what my problem is. If I can remember how to get to the database, his skills. This should be lowercase. And I think I did that because that's the style I do everything in. Boost your MP by 5. I need a MP recover 5. Variance 0. Or do I do, no, I should do MP. Restore either by a percentage or by a set value. 0, 5. There we go. None. Boost health. 0, 5. There we go. This shouldn't be costing health. These are backwards. No. This uses up health to get MP. This... Yeah, these are backwards. No. Nope, they don't have the right description. There you go. Take 5 HP to gain 1 lotion. Not 5 lotions. That would be deadly. You would slowly die. Okay, now all of these should equivalent to themselves. There we go. Now that I'm using the plugin properly, not like an idiot. Okay, so if I go to skills, hey, look, I can't use harden and I can't use rub in because I don't have gold and I don't have lotion. But if I decide to summon 5 coins, I just summoned 5 coins. And now I can use harden. I don't want to use harden yet because I want to extract some lotion from my health. Lotion isn't adding. Okay. So I just hardened and I think my health came back. Actually, it doesn't look like my health came back either. But we got somewhere. So that's that issue. Cool. Okay, so when I summon 5 coins, I use up 5. I call the common event, get 5. Okay. I cost 5, and I should boost my health. That's why it's not boosting my health. Boost my health. There we go. Extract takes 5 and gives me an item, which I don't have. That's why it's not giving me the item. See, if you just stop trying to guess yourself, SirLegna, you'll be good. There we go. Then it costs a lotion. There we go. The plugin worked. I'm just an idiot. Okay. So, nothing. I want some gold. Let's get some gold. Got some 5 gold. Awesome. Let's take some of my health down. So, now I'm a little injured. But, I got an item. Some lotion. Now I can use everything. Let's heal up with the 5 gold. It didn't heal me. Yeah, it didn't heal me, but it used up my 5 gold. And let's rub it the lotion. Okay. So the last 2 aren't restoring my stuff yet. So why isn't it? It used up my 5 gold, but decided not to recover 5 health. Why? Oh, because the scope is in the enemy. Should be the user. all of these should be the users. There you go. Okay. So now I have the really weird looping thing that I wanted for the demo. Let's show it off. Okay. Got some skills here, guys. I got some summon gold coin. It cost me 5 MP though. Got some harden, some rub-in lotion, and some extract lotion. Let's see what these do. Summon gold coin. Use up 5 MP to get 5 gold. Got extract lotion. Takes 5 HP to gain 1 lotion. Harden. Merge 5 gold coins into your skin to boost health. Rub in lotion. Uses a lotion to boost your MP. Let's play with this. Okay, so summon 5 coins. Cost me some MP. But I got 5 gold coins. Awesome. Extract lotion. It's going to take 5 health from me, but it's going to give me a lotion. Look at that, I got a lotion. Okay. I can merge 5 coins into my skin to boost my health. I'm at 539. I'm at 544. Look at that. But I can't use it anymore because I don't have any gold. Let's use up this lotion to get my MP back. Oh my gosh, we used up the lotion to get my MP back. Don't have any MP lotion anymore. And we don't have any gold. Boom. Demo done. I don't recall what lotion does. No, lotion gives you MP. Oh yes, the circle is complete. It shows how to use my plugin. Woo. Hello. Everything wanted to close out. Oh, give me a second as you guys look at my beautiful palm trees. How do I get everything back? Okay, that's back. What is the last thing I needed to bring back? That. There we go. My audio is gone again as well, so that's fun. You guys can hear me. I can't. Why, YouTube? Why? But I'm certain you guys can hear me. Can you all hear me? Hopefully you guys can. If not, I'm talking to myself again. So, we can wrap up this demo. We can quickly wrap this up, make it into like a little mini project, have some text appear explaining how to do everything. Or you guys can check the site and see if there's another plugin of mine that you want to watch me struggle to build. Or you can ask me just RPG Maker questions and I can derive more things. Yes, I own my own generator. Twice. But that is a nice loop. We got it working. So I'll let you guys decide real quick what you all want. If you do that, I'm going to just start going about explaining it. We want this to be on an auto run. Show text. Top. There we go. Hey, you look like an average adventurer. Yep, that's English. There you go. You look like an average adventurer. How about I teach you some of those awesome skills you have? We'll make that the cutoff point where they can say, yes, I want to learn, no, I don't. And we'll make it right. That sounds good. Disallow. Yes, I want to learn the awesome skills I have. Awesome. I miss hearing myself. I'm gonna go watch my own stream now to give my audio back. Okay. So we got that. What skills should I teach first? I think extract, lotion, and summon coins are the first skills you can actually use. Summon coin isn't really that interesting. I should name these common events. Common event, give 5 gold. Common event, give 1 lotion. That's so that when I take pictures, people can easily derive, and I don't have to take a picture of the common event as well. Okay, that looks good. Cool. Let's take a snapshot of that, because we're going to do a bunch of show pictures. So this is the only one that doesn't require the plugin. The rest requires my plugin. Okay. Well, let's start with the one that doesn't require the SirLegna's. What plugin am I showing off again? Woo! Scroll down. I am showing off the skill cost formula. Skill cost formula. Well, let's start with the one that doesn't require the skill cost formula. And we need a show picture, and I need to save this picture. So I can show you guys this. This doesn't release anything secret. Skill cost formula, image, pictures, save, copy, paste. This will be, what skill is this? Summon gold coin.png. It didn't save. Where did I just save this? Did I just save it here? Yep, okay, we're just gonna drag and drop. There we go. That's fine. Awesome. We'll just shove that down there. Ooh, graphical errors. Gotta love Windows. Yes, I used it for my show choice plugin. Was the first one I did it, and I got such a positive response that I was like, even though it's tedious and it drives me bonkers making the plugin demos, it's worth it. I think you guys like it because it not only shows that the plugin does work in the engine, but in theory, it's an interactive way to see how to make certain things. Now if I can just hire somebody to do it for me. Cool. Upper left. Origin will be in the upper left. Okay, so we want it in the upper left. We're going to drop it down about 150 pixels. The width can be the same. The height can be the same for now. Okay. And I want to see where that lands up. Yes. Up there it is. Okay, so we need to shrink it up. I think we're going to shrink it up. I'm also asking the question again because it's on an auto run. So I think we're going to shrink it up, and I think we're going to squeeze it right in between my name tag, the wall, and everything. So now the fun part. This is where I wish the engine could actually do some pre-rendering. I bet it could. Let's try some things. I bet it could do some pre-rendering. 75. 75. We need to go down about a little bit more. Let's go 70 and over 60 pixels maybe. Can I force you to render? Right click, test. Sort of. It kind of does what I want. It's just going to be better to render it in game. I don't need to open up the terminal. The plug-in side of this is done, fixed, and everything. Yes. Okay. So I need to go down about 7 more pixels in about 50, 20, 7 pixels down and about 75 pixels over. So this would be 77, and I thought it was at 50, it's at 60, so it'd be actually 90 pixels plus 60 would equal, math, 150. And that should put the picture where I want it. The good thing is, once I get the picture roughly where I want it, I can just start copying and pasting this stuff. Awesome! That is near perfect. I don't think I have a problem with that. To me, that looks good. I'll let you guys have any opinions on that as I build up the rest. Okay. I need to explain what I just showed you. The summon gold coin only takes MP cost. Now, you could use the skill cost formula. Actually, we're gonna change up this. only because the skill cost formula also has one other thing we didn't demo yet. So we're going to change this up completely. Because you can actually set this to 0 and then open a plugin help, grab MP cost formula, and actually write up a formula. So I could do a dot max MP. I think that's how it's written. Hey, damage formula, do you tell me actually how to write these things? Yes, you do. Thank you. Nope, it's all lowercase. MMP, there we go. Thank you, damage formula. So I could actually make it where it takes 100%. But we're gonna not do that. We're gonna times that by 0.05, which is equivalent to just taking 5%. We use up 5% of your max MP. And that just shows off that, hey, you can also write damage formulas in here that will calculate on cost value evaluation the cost it takes to pay. So 0 cost, but what it's actually going to do is look at the actor and then go take 5% of the actor's total MP. And that shows that off, and we want, if we're going to do all that, we want to make this 5%, not 5% plus 5, just to even things out. We might want to also do that with the HP as well, since we can. I'll let you guys decide if we should do that to the HP. I think the MP at least shows you, hey, you can do it. It's awesome. The thing I wanted to do with it, the thing I thought was going to be cool, and the thing that gave birth to this, is I wanted to do something like TB cost, actors level. I wanted that. So basically a skill can be, what was it? The idea I had was I was going to have you get like really high level party members, and a lot of those skills cost the level of TP they are. And you can get these skills early, and it gives you the benefit because you're low level. But as you get higher level, the skill becomes less and less valuable because it just costs so much. Eventually costing 100, or I don't think you can get to 100. Eventually costing 99 TP because that's what your actor's level is. That was originally the original idea, and it just blew up into like, well, if you can do that with TP, why not MP? And if you can do that with TP or MP, why not just anything? And eventually, you have the skill cost formula. So now you could do, instead of it equaling 1 lotion, you could do actor's level in lotion, or actor's attack strength times actor's defense in lotion. They have to have actor's attack and defense multiplied together to give you the lotions you need to cast this spell. You would never use a spell in general form, because I think default it's like 30-20 for attack and defense. That means you need 50 lotions just to recover 5 MP. Totally waste. But it'd be cool. It's cool to have that flexibility. It also allows you to kind of make more dynamic spells. So, random tangent. Let's say I wanted like a fireball, and I was like, hey, it's gonna do some fire damage. Let's say 5 times the current actor's level. And I'm like, that's cool. When you're level 1, it costs 5. When you're level 1, it costs 5, or it causes 5 damage. When you're level 99, it causes, give me a second, 495 damage. That sounds like a good, nice progression curve, and it's one spell, so I don't have to have a billion spells to do this. But then I was like, but if I do MP costs, let's say 5, or let's say 10, then, oh no, when you're level 99, you have a skill that does for almost 500 damage that only costs 10 MP. That's not balanced. But if you grab this guy and went, hey, actually, you know what? It's going to cost you your level times 10. Well, now, when you are level 1, it is 5 damage for 10 mana. But when you're level 99, it is 500 damage for 990 mana. That is a pretty linear progression curve in one skill. You give the player the skill once, and you don't have to worry about, like, oh no, there's this, like, there are going to be a bunch of really weak skills at the end of the player has that they're not going to ever use because it's like 2 mana for 2 damage when the enemies they're fighting now has like 600 plus health. Not worth it. So instead, you can make this linear progression curve, and I can give you Fireball, and you will use it throughout the entire playthrough because it's balanced throughout the entire playthrough. And you can get some crazy stuff here. You can do, you could do level times the attack divided by the defense. And I have no clue what the math will be. I think, if I remember the plugin, the default is 0. So if you mess up, you will make a skill that's free. You also could mess up and make it cost an infinite amount. But, yeah, that's the original idea. I loved it, and you guys can have it now. Just go into the description, go to my generator, generate a plugin with the skill formula cost plugin inside it, and go nuts, have fun. And like I said, you can make it use items, you can make it use health, gold, anything your heart desires. I wanted to experiment with steps. I wanted to think if you could remove steps, how you could integrate that into gameplay. You could, in theory, I don't recommend this because I don't know how it will work with everything else, but in theory you could have a skill that costs stat points. So you could have a skill that costs attack points to use. So, for example, you could be like, hey, the attack you will lose 5 points of attack when you use this skill. Thank you, Skeptic. Or I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sincerely sorry if I mispronounce people's names. I barely pronounce my own name correctly, so. I barely pronounce English correctly. Okay, so after my crazy rant, we have that actually doing something. I need to take a new picture of that. We have that doing that doing that, and that doing that. Did I restore MP correctly? Yes, MP is getting restored by percentage instead of by points. Awesome. Okay. We need to take a new picture. New picture. Snip. You know what? We actually don't need all that information. Really, all we need is this middle section right here. And that will make the picture smaller both in file size and smaller in rendering. Scale cost formula, image, pictures, this one. Thank you. How much did I blow up my little demo so far? I also need to keep an eye on the time. I need to keep an eye on the time because I want food eventually. Cool. Hey, yes. Oh, that looks a lot better. You know what? I don't even think we're going to resize it. I think that is near perfect. It's almost even in like left to right, and it shows. It's pretty legible. Let's see. It's a little blurry, but I think the average person will be able to read it. Now we just adjust some of the text, take some more pictures, and we'll be done with this demo. Okay. Hey, well, let's start with the first skill. Also, fun fact for anyone who's watching, your skills by default are sorted by index ID, okay? So, if you're ever like, how do I know what skill is going to be on top? This number will indicate what skills go in what order. I'll show you that real quick if I can. Nope, I'm in an infinite loop. Dang it. Let's do action button for now, just so I can show things off. So, for example, that's funny. That's funny. We need a around this. That is good though. But I'll show you what I wanted to show you real quick. So you got skill coin, because first, then harden, right here, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then extract lotion, then rub lotion. That's the order it goes in by default. If you don't want it that way, if you want it to be used by maybe how often you use the skill, recommend checking out my skill cost sorter. And you can sort the skills by the cost. Give me a second. You can sort the skills by the cost or by how often they're used or however you want. Really cool plugin, very nice. Was a little bit crazy to get all working. It was. My tester, however, held through with me and did not have an aneurysm at the same time. So we need to do math.law. And all that's doing is just rounding it down to the nearest number. So that instead of 2.0000000 whatever, it will now say 2. Which I could actually include in my plugin, but I could see somebody using another plugin that allows partial removal. So I'm not going to do that. But there you go. Now summon gold costs 2. It's 5% of your MP, which if you take 40 times it by 0.05, you get 2. If you take 41 times 0.05, you get 2.05, and then rounding error of 0.00000001. Super fun, but that works nice. The downside is we have to take another picture, and another picture, and another picture, and another picture. This is why you guys should really be thankful whenever I get a demo out, because it means I went through insanity, because to me, this isn't needed. But I'm also one who I'll open up the plugin and read the code, and I understand not everyone does that. So, split 50-50 there, but I'll be nice. I'll give you guys what I can give you. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. New game. If I talk to myself. Summon gold coin. Here's the image. There's a common event. There's what it does. Perfect. Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's start with the first skill. Summon gold coin. This skill uses, actually should just say all these skills use, all the skills you have use SirLegna's skill cost formula plugin. And whenever I'm typing this out, I use batch entry, so I can type as many lines out and then it will just sort out everything at the end. Okay. We don't need any of that. That doesn't make sense. The first skill, summon gold coin, that should be a comma, because uses the note tag, and I personally like showing my note tags in a separate line so that it's easy to read. MP cost math dot floor, not flower, floor a dot MP times 0.05 done. Okay, that's going to be that line. Technically, this is going to be a new thing. Let's break down that cost formula. First, actually, the formula looks a lot like a damage formula, doesn't it? Of course it does. It's supposed to mimic that behavior. Now, math.floor is fancy, is JavaScript that takes whatever is in there's a proper term, I call them brackets, they're not called brackets, there's a proper term. I should use the proper term. Parentheses? No. Parentheses. Types of brackets. Brackets. Parentheses is. There you go. What is ever in the parentheses? And rounds down to the nearest number. Now, A is shorthand code for, give me a second. One second, guys. Right click, okay. Sorry, somebody's trying to send phishing emails to my parents. Okay, A is shorthand code to access the actor object. Just like in the damage formula. I don't think I need to explain the rest. The rest is just math. I guess I could say the rest is just math. The rest is just like any other damage formula. Boom. Okay. This all can get taken and put after the show picture. Let's try that out. Or should I show picture first? I might want to show picture first. Oh yeah, of course they're trying to scam. It's a pandemic and all this other stuff. Perfect time to make people worry. Yes, teach me about my awesome skills that I programmed. Core uses the note tag. Boom. Awesome. Oh look, a picture of the note tag as it tells me how it works. Cool. Math.floor. Awesome. Is JavaScript. Takes whatever the percentage and rounds down like any needs to have a space. Any other damage? Yeah, talking about that a little bit on my personal life. I used to work for a company. I'm not going to disclose which company, don't ask. But one of our sales representatives clicked one of those scam emails and it sent a virus through the network. Luckily our network was pretty secure. So the network detected a virus being open on the computer and shut down all communications on the entire network for that computer so that it wouldn't spread. However, because he was a sale client, He had access to all the contacts of every employee and access to a majority of our clientele. Guess what that virus most likely did? Most likely packaged all that content up, threw it on the dark web for $1, because I get boat tons of scam emails, texts, phone calls, everything. Literally everything under the sun. And I don't mind them because they're never going to scam me. But, oh my gosh. Then I'll continue this. Oh yeah, information's worth more, but generally, and I'm not going to say I've done it, I'm not going to say how I know all this information, but generally when they take a bunch of information like that, they don't take it from one source. They'll hit like 80 to 800, 8,000 companies, individuals, all that with a scam attempt, okay? Out of all that, they might get 10% who open it up and get attacked and everything. Then they package all that information up into a giant package and sell that giant package on the internet for X amount. They don't go person by person. They don't go company by company. They generally will sell the giant package for like $1,000 or whatever. Give me one quick second. I need to check another thing. I need to find out when food's gonna disappear. Food truck, 7 p.m. Because I want food. Food is good. Oh no, the main reason why I say I'm not going to disclose much is with all the companies I've worked with all the products I've developed and stuff, I'm under some extremely strict NDAs for various things, and I kind of have to just outright state that I'm not going to state other things. It's nothing with you guys, it's just safety measures big companies put in to prevent me going around and just being like, hey, XYZ company, they suck. Don't give them your information at all. It's fine. Majority of people that I've worked with are really good developers and coders and programmers and engineers and managers across the board, but they don't want bad employees to just badmouth the company. I'm completely open to talk to you about coding, talk to you about security measures, talk to you about anything. The only thing I won't say is specific companies on how they do it. I'll tell you how they do it, I just won't tell you what company does what. And to me, that's fine. You, as a consumer, should be able to do your own individual research on the company, but as a developer, as somebody who's developing games or developing code or even doing art, you should know a little bit of the underlying works and things so that you can grow as a developer in general. So yeah. And if you want, I'll talk about some of the core things I can talk about that is public knowledge or has been pushed away to the back burner that no one cares if I talked about. Coding in game dev sense is all I look for. Yeah, coding in game dev sense is good. I, in reality, don't have a lot of coding specifically in game dev sense. I've done some management. I've started up my own company in it. But my company's never produced a game. And I rarely get the inspiration and desire to finish a product. The flow of coding these days. I don't know what you mean by the flow of coding these days, but I'm going to check to make sure my NE is not being cut off again. Yep, there you go, not being cut off. Cool. Then I go to the next skill. I don't know what you mean by flow of coding these days. I can think of a lot of terms that go with that, but I don't know what you're specifically referring to. Of course, I had somebody trying to sell me other languages today, so it was fun. Oh, like understanding the syntax and stuff? Oh yeah. As a veteran programmer who I think I'm a really good programmer. I can imagine a few people who would say I'm not good, not worth a penny. But I think I'm a good programmer. I say don't worry about the syntax. Google is a thing. Google will be around, or Yahoo, or Bing, or DuckDuckGo, or whatever search engine you want. It will be around. Syntax is cheap. Learn the logical processes for code. If you can learn the logical processes and know some of the key terms, so like array, integer, string, and what they mean, not just like a word. If you can learn what they mean, you can get very far without even knowing the language. It's the reason why you'll hear like expert programmers say, hey, I can learn a language in 2 weeks. It's because they're not learning the language. They're learning the syntax. They're making it look pretty. The reality is they can code in any language because they know the underlying logic. There's very few languages where that's not a true statement. Generally, you, as a beginner, why didn't it show my picture? I want my pretty picture. Generally, as a developer who's starting out, you won't encounter those languages. If you do, you'll most likely have somebody who can hand-hold you through it. That is really bad naming convention. Let's see, can I show you a cool trick real quick? Let me see if I can remember it. I think I can. I love showing cool tricks. Or cool oddities. Con. That is a cool oddity. You cannot name a file con. And it actually is kind of interesting, the reason why. Interesting in a sense that I don't think you can even name a text. Yeah, you can't even name it con.text or con.png or con anything. Reason why Windows is built on a lot of legacy code, because there's a lot of legacy products Windows produces that you can't change the underlying code. It would break the project base. It will break the bank. It will break whatever the company who's using it. And because of that, Windows has to write a bunch of, why isn't my image showing up? Oh, because it's capital PNG. Why? There's no difference. I bet there is a difference on mobile. Really? You're being rude now. Okay. Thank you. Variables are no-brainers for me. I've known that I know what they are and how to use them for ages. It is classes, functions, methods that have taken longer to get comfortable. I'm feeling more comfortable with them now. Yes. So, generally, when you're learning, when I would teach somebody how to program, always start with variables, because variables, you might not know it right now, are everything. Everything you call is a variable in the underlying code somewhere. Almost. The numbers and all that aren't. So like this 5 here is not a variable. It's a literal, and we can get into more details on that if you want. But if you learn variables, you learn pretty much everything. Classes, methods, and functions are what I teach generally next. I teach functions first because you can write a lot of code in what's called a blob style, which I can look at code now and it's no longer woo. That is a big goal, is getting that. Why am I looking at this foreign language? I never learned French before. That is a huge goal, and I'm glad you got there. But functions and methods are generally what I teach next, because you can write a bunch of code in just functions and methods and it will work. It's bad coding practice, but it will work. I still use it. My plugins are bad coding practices, but there's reason behind it. I've chosen bad coding practices over bloated code, primarily because RPG Maker is bad coding practices here and there. There's some really good coding practices, but a lot of their code is not the most optimized, and I'm not 100% sure why they chose to not optimize it. But functions and methods are the next step. Pretty much, think of it like a variable, except it's executable. And you can give it inputs. Then classes are basically, if you know in JavaScript, I'm assuming this is all in JavaScript, if you know, give me a second. If you know the JavaScript object, so I have a console log up here, I can do this. X equals brackets. If you understand like how that works and how you can go like name is SirLegna. If you understand like all of how that works, and programmers are going to hate what I'm about to say next, but in the general sense it's true, classes are objects in JavaScript. So if you were to do, let's pretend class, we're not going to use class because it's actually an object in itself, but class X equals name, and then do function name console log name. If I did class X minus a few class specific properties and stuff, you could act like class X is a class. The only difference between class X and an actual class is I can't do, or I'm pretty sure I can't do, I've never actually tried this. Yeah, I can't do that. And that is the benefit of classes. is when you can do y equals new class. What does y equal new class do? Basically what it does is it makes a copy of that class in an instance. So the best example is like the person class. So you could have person equals, or just copy this right here. Person equals that, which then you could do person.name and Henry, sure. Oh, if I keep my syntax correctly, Henry. You can do stuff like that. The difference though is when you make a class and when you really get into working with classes, you can do stuff like the Henry object equals a new person class, and you can give it some initial variables like Henry, let's say age is 56, weight's 145, and so on and so forth. This is going to break because I don't have a person class. But when you do that, then you can start doing like Henry.getName. And again, this is going to break because there isn't an actual Henry, but when you do getName, it will give you Henry. And you could do the same thing. You could do Alex and have an Alex object. And when you do Alex.getName, it will get Alex. That is the huge power of classes, is that instantiation. I've been mostly looking at C++ and C# stuff. I haven't found a lot of tutorials that teach JavaScript as a language. They will go they all go into for web development way. Yes, primarily because JavaScript as a language is very rarely used as a language. There's a reason why it's called script. It's generally used for quick web scripts. C++, C#, I would say those are really good starter languages if you want to get into the nuts and bolts of how code works. C# and C++, they're a little bit higher up than just C, but they still require you to do a lot of management on your side, like memory and stuff. To me, I was trained as a computer engineer. I recommend that because ultimately, even if you go into straight software and never touch hardware yourself, just knowing the underlying memory will make you a better programmer. It's the reason why I can look at code like this and go, I need to add a breakpoint here, because if I don't, I'm wasting CPU cycles if this becomes false. Because if this becomes false, this will never do anything new. This will always set it to false if it's false, and if it's not, it will remain false. No operation needed. So in reality, I should, and I've talked about this earlier in the stream, add a breakpoint here so that I break out the loop and stop using up the processor. If you just get into programming and don't learn the underlying context of the processor, memory, hard drive accesses, and all that, you'll get professional programmers who will do stuff like this, as I did something like this. But you'll get professional coders who keep stuff like that in, and it's because they don't see the issue. It runs, it operates, there's no issue. But when you run it into how fast does it run on the computer, how small can you get it on the actual chip, or onto the hard drive, or whatever you're using as your memory, that knowledge scope of C and C# is going to help you understand that low level of like, I need to balance these values. There's three, just general programming. There's three aspects of programming you need to balance always to make optimized code. You don't need to balance these if you don't care about optimization. Generally, nowadays, you don't care about optimization anyways because your hard drive's a terabyte and your memory 64 gigabytes and your processor can do a 3.4 teraflops a second. You don't need to optimize all that much unless you're really bad at coding. But I come from a place where I have a couple kilobytes of hard drive space. I have a processor that maybe does 1,000 operations a second, and RAM or memory I have 0. I have to basically store it on the hard drive or not store it at all. When you get down to those things, that's when you have to start going like, which one do I not care about the most? But the general things are your processing speed, how fast can your code run, which generally you can count lines and just see how many lines it hits before it gets out. Memory, which is how much you're storing. In high-level languages like JavaScript, C++, C#, Python, Java, all those high-level languages, you most likely have very little, if any, control on memory. I think C# and C++ still give you access to malloc. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Or alloc, malloc, realloc, all of those. Those are all just memory allocation functions. Those functionalities that let you adjust the memory on the fly gives you a lot of control. A lot of high-level languages take that control away from you and go, don't worry about it, we will handle when you need your variables. Benefit, you don't need to remember it. The downside is you don't need to remember it, which means the language does all the work, which if the language is good, it will work out in your favor. If it's bad, you're going to be asking why does it take up 8 gigabytes of memory and there's not going to be much you can do about it. And the last thing is how big is it on your hard drive. Hard drive storage is generally how big is your executable files. JavaScript is executable. There's no secondary like JavaScript compiled. C++ and C#, however, is compilable, which means you can't just simply go, oh, I have, or how many lines is this? I have 158 lines. It's going to take whatever it takes 158 lines to fill up, sort of. You can't do that easily. You kind of have to work with the compiler and figure it out. It's a little bit harder. I can give you advice if you really want to start optimizing hard drive space. But again, hard drive space is the one thing that's like super cheap. No one really optimizes it. Except when you get to places like where I work and your hard drive space is a couple kilobytes and you're going, why did the developer of this chip cut the chip in half? Now I only have half the couple of kilobytes I had. Okay, off on my rant. We're going to see if my pictures show up. Yep, it shows up. It looks good. Awesome. Okay, let's go on this. Okay. Hopefully I did not just bore everyone out of their mind, but programming, like I said, has been part of my life for ages now, and I always love helping new programmers. I regularly get the title wherever I work as the person who accepts our interns, because I love getting new programmers interested in coding because they code interestingly. They code in ways I've never seen before, and I love it. They're so much better than the people who've been in the field coding for like 40 plus years under my command, and I'm just like, hey, can you code this slightly differently? No, there's no way, it's impossible. And I'm just like, give me a week and I'll code it around you in like a couple of days, and you'll be out on the street because you don't know how to code. I have a person on my team like that, who I'll be like, this is really how you should be coding it, and they'll fight me tooth and nail about how I'm wrong, and I'm just like, okay, it's not like I have the higher paycheck and the higher grade. Hey, I'm the idiot. Okay, the next skill is harden. Oh, I'm sure you could break and change things in MZ. Oh, I'm sure. Especially if you've used the Unity and Unreal Engine for a while. Just open up some of the core files. The great thing about MZ is it's completely open. You can see every bit of code it does. For your game. Not for the engine, for your game. And you can just break everything. That's why I keep telling people, I'm like, RPG Maker, in reality, the engine is the only real limiter, because the engine does like, hey, events need to be in this structure, and you can't have more than these 4 types of autonomous movements, and so on and so forth. But when you open up the actual code and really see what's inside, there is nothing stopping you from making RPG Maker into anything else other than if you want a pretty engine to do it in. If you want to code it from scratch, you can use RPG Maker, code from scratch, and make any game on the market to date in JavaScript, with the limitations on how fast JavaScript can execute and all that. But you can do it. There's nothing honestly stopping you other than the engine. The engine has ridiculous limitations that I don't know why. I haven't figured out why they would limit the engine when the code itself isn't. Except possibly rendering issues, but if it's rendering issues like you're not rendering 3D graphics, it's really not that hard. I talk BS on this, but in reality, I'm grateful that somebody coded this up because I didn't want to make an engine. Well, correction. I wanted to make an engine, then I found RPG Maker and I was like, they're basically doing what I wanted to do, so. The next skill is harden. This should be a period. This skill You know what? I should actually erase picture and wait a second and then show picture just so it can transition the user so that they know the skill is different. This is just a simple way, by just setting the gold cost to 5. But wait, you say, how does it change the... Oh, I hate these lines, I hate these... I really wish that they, on the dock theme, made the little cutoff line a little, like a white. It'd be really nice if it was a white. Again, it's the engine I complain about. The actual code itself, I don't mind. The engine is the real issue. Okay. How does it change the gold cost? I thought when there is only mpn tp. That's not going to look nice. I should break that up a little bit better. Let's cut it here. We want to I want an erase picture. Okay. But how does it change the go cost? Then we can erase picture again. Oh, simple. You can make custom cost values using, nope, gonna get cut off. Sorry. Using the plugin parameters shown here. And then we'll go back to harden afterwards. I need to get some pictures. And that will work there. Okay, that will show you the two. This, I really wish you could redefine this. When you're making plugins and you make a list, you can define, let me think of what it's called, descriptions in the list object. The issue is if you click any of the list objects and go to it, that definition follows. So, need to figure out how to do that better. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure I'm just being an idiot. But there you go. So, I don't think, no, it just shows the alternate list, which that shows list of alternate skill types. Yep, so copy, or actually no, not copy. Save. I'm going to be smart this time, and we want a PNG, and we want the PNG to be called parameters. PNG. Hopefully it actually saved it correctly. Yeah, it looks like it saved it correctly. Cool. Parameters. Now that might need to be adjusted, so we're gonna shove that there. And we're gonna play through that real quick. And I keep seeing people bounce up and down. If there's actually new people in this live stream and you want details on what this skill cost formula can do or anything, just tell me. We'll play around with it again. But if not, I'll keep playing. Okay, hey, you look like the average adventurer. Yes, I want more. Teach me. Teach me myself. Cool, the next skill is harden. It uses energy. Boom. But how does it change the gold cost? Interesting. Interesting. You can't get show picture to remain up. Wow. You can't get show picture to come after a message. Is that true? Let's do some on the fly. Let's do some on the fly debugging here. Okay. So if we go to the game, actually no, it is command 101. So this is the actual command that gets called when you do show text. It allows show choices afterwards. Wow, it doesn't allow a show picture coming right after the command. That would be a good plugin to have. Because I could think of many times where I want to erase and then immediately wait, show text, and then show the thing right afterwards. Interesting. That I'll have to make note of. Luckily I did, because it's on video. The downside is I have to watch almost 2 hours of video to get to it, but hey. Okay, so, yep, cool. Show here. Okay, so I think we're going to want to move this down a little bit and import. Well, no, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Do you guys have any issue with that image? I don't. I don't think that's a bad image. Because it shows like, oh yeah, plugin parameters, type in the skill gold, and then put in the thingy thing. Oh, interesting. I'll have to remember that too. Cool. Cool. See, and this is the reason why I like making the demos, is it gives me plugin ideas. It's the reason why I like watching Drifty. It's the reason why I like coding, watching people. And if you make games with my plugins, I love you sending me copies of the game, or even letting me see the video, or hell, I'll buy the game and download it just to watch how my plugins interact. Because I like making code that helps you guys make better games or make better products. It helps. So seeing more people use their stuff in more ways just helps me. Also, just for anyone who's watching, I plan to end in like the next 15 minutes or so that I can grab some dinner. Because if I don't, the food truck's gonna leave my place, and if the food truck leaves my place, I gotta make dinner. And I don't like making dinner. I don't like doing anything except sitting at my computer and coding and dealing with people issues up at work. Okay. We got that. The picture looks good to you? Awesome. We're going to keep it then, because I'm not going to take another one. Okay. We're also going to open it so that I can easily see the picture. Okay. So you can see that you can have an unlimited. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if you can have an unlimited. You can have a. I'm gonna have to look up if you can have an unlimited amount of custom skills. In theory, you can. In the code, you can. But can the engine handle it? Can the engine handle it? I'm only going to go to 99. Because I have to delete all of these afterwards. Yep, you can have, I'm going to say you can have an unlimited. I'm almost certain it will be like, oh, 999 is the maximum you can have. But if you have 999 custom skill costs, you have a very interesting game. I can't say it's good, but it's definitely an interesting one. I'm trying to think, like, I think you only can have 999 items, right? Oh no, you can have oh no, you only can have up to 2,000. So I guess you could have 999 custom skills. Because you could have one for every item. We only need one though. And so actually you could have a lot more. Because you could have every item, every skill, possibly. Every armor, every weapon. I mean, you could make it really in depth. So I guess you could have a billion skill costs. Good luck explaining to the player why everything is costly. Okay. So you can have an unlimited number of custom skill costs. For example, now, with each skill cost, you have to provide a skill name and a skill source. The picture below, the picture below shows gold, which is part of the game party gold object, which the source, this should be which the source is gameparty.gold. What? Actually, that's pretty much it. But it's gonna have, what, 2 lines in the next one? Yeah, sure. 1 line. So, with that in mind, if we return to the harden skill, I am definitely going to need to create a show picture text command. Because I could see you having text that as it gets written across, you want it to show picture at a specific time in that text. Especially for like cutscenes and stuff. Oh yes. Because you might want to be like, on the battlefield, blah, blah, blah. And then this person died. And when you say this person died, you want to add a picture that shows that person's bust or whatever. Yeah. RPG Maker, come on. Why do I have to code everything up for you? So, with that in mind, we return to the harden skill. Grab this one. And now I need to open up harden. Can I just, yes I can. Okay. You see in the note section the command or the tag, sure, so L gold cost 5. When using an art cost, you need to have the name in all lowercase. Then in this specific case, it will remove 5 from the source, which is GameParty.gold. It also checks this to find out if the skill can be used in the first place. Awesome. Next. Next skill. Lotion. Half of me wants to show lotion, the other says no, it's simple. I'm gonna show it anyways, even though to me it's one of the more simple ones. I'm really trying to get Drifty to test play my demos. First, to show off my plugins, but the other thing is just to watch him complain about like show don't tell, and I'm like, I am showing and telling. There's nothing more I can show and tell. What is this skill called? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. And then we can just grab view. We actually need an erase event. We should put an erase event there. I just want to see what that does. If that does a flash or not. If it does a flash, that would be awesome. That would be what I'm looking for. This can be an erase event. The next skill is not harden. Again, if anyone new who's like, what are you doing? Can I see what this skill is? Can I see your demo? Just say so and I will show you. If not, don't say so and you won't see it and there's no worries. Okay, the next skill is extract lotion. this skill uses the SirLegna's cost formula, skill cost formula. This skill uses the SirLegna's skill cost formula to make a skill that costs HP. Using the following command. We're just gonna have to do that. I don't like it. You don't like it. Everyone don't like it. So to make sure the circle would be good and it shows all the traits I want, I drew on my board, on my whiteboard, all the skills, and I called it transmute because you're taking HP and making an item, and it's like transmuting an item. But when I actually came around this, I was like, you're really like extracting the item out of you. And then I was like, it's kind of like extracting lotion. And I was like, yep, sure. Family-friendly streaming plugin. Don't think about it too much. It's fine. HP cost. Actually, the skill that costs 5 HP. Using the following command. Done. I think that explains the command perfectly. Yeah, if you're a young kid, YouTube told me I cannot be friendly to kids and adults at the same time, so you're gonna have to deal with my adult humor and talk to your parents before watching me. I'm sorry, that's just how YouTube... I didn't make the rule. YouTube did, after getting sued billions of dollars. So... yell at YouTube. Yep, the next skill is harden. Yep, cool. That one's actually not too bad because it changes positions. You're still a kid at heart, I'm sure. Go talk to your parents. Be like, can I go watch YouTube? They'd be like, you're well old. You're well old enough to watch YouTube without permission. But please. Yep. The next skill is The next skill did not appear. That might be my problem. Yep, that's my problem. I cannot give you permission or deny the desire to watch such actions. Yep, harden. Oh, that's problematic. I need to take a picture. I need to take that picture again. That's a bad picture. But it works. Other than you can't see yourself, but. I'm glad I am able to make you laugh. I don't know why I click copy every time. Okay. And it rubs the lotion on the skin to gain 5 MP every time. I just realized I just got an additional viewer and I said that. I promise you this is a great stream. Continue watching, please. Don't leave me. Yep, blah blah. Harden, harden, extract lotion. Good. Okay. So now we need a rub lotion. Oh, whoa! Guys, I'm going to take a picture of this so you guys can see this interesting curve. Apparently, YouTube just forgot that I had viewers for a second. Okay. Yep, okay. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You know what? Actually, you have no one for like 10 minutes. And then we actually had some people again. Thank you, YouTube. I always knew I would be popular with you. Oh, it fixed it. Now it shows this. So YouTube has no clue if I had viewers or if I don't have viewers. This is the dead zone. No one knows if there actually is people watching me or not during this time. Okay. Okay. Did I take a picture of this yet? No. I bet that's why I had it open. Okay. He rubs the lotion on the skin. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. This is all getting taken into a common event. Because I'm going to use this multiple times. I think YouTube just forgets that people even use it sometimes. Just being completely honest. Rub the lotion on the skin. The final skill is pretty neat. You can make skills that cost items. Our final skill is called I'm past the line is called rub in lotion. As you can, I need to open this up because I can't see everything. Rub in lotion. As you can see, it uses the note tag only because I can squeeze it in here. So L dot lotion costs 1. Not exclamation point. It costs you 1 exclamation point. This is another alternate cost, which is defined, which source is defined by, I don't know. Oopsie. Also, if anyone's wondering, the map is done by Nat. on Driftwood Gaming's Discord. Very nice map. I liked it. I had some strict requirements because it couldn't have any plugins or anything, and I wanted it to be just the default stuff so that no one has an issue with it. Which means it is the number of items the party has for the first index item in the database. I don't think I need to explain much more than that, because you already know how to subtract, you already know everything. I think that's good. I think I just need to erase. And then I think everyone will understand. All of this needs to become a common event, though, so that I don't have to write it out again, and if I have any errors, I don't need to do it. There we go. This is an auto run. Then do a self search A, copy, paste. This is that same auto run, but you have to talk to me first. Okay, let's go through a playthrough real quick, and then you guys have to figure out what in the next demo. Actually, no. We're going to do a playthrough, and then I need to get dinner, and this is going to be the end of the stream. But after this, I'll put this up as a demo, and you guys can actually play it in-game. So, first things first, does the skills work? I extract 2. Yep, that worked perfectly. I can take my health away. If I do rub, it'll give me my health back. Yep. Or no, if I do harden, it gives my health back. If I do rub, it gives me my mana back. Yep. Awesome. The auto run didn't trigger. That was a bug. That is a bug. Auto run, none. Auto run, switch A. Or not auto run, action run. So now just to read through the dialogue real quick, and then we'd be good. I don't know why I opened this up. I have no clue. Don't ask me. Okay. Hey there, you look like the average adventurer. How about I teach you some of those awesome skills you have? No. I'm good. Good, it doesn't loop back. Hey, you look like awesome. Yes, I'll listen. All the skills you have use the SirLegna's skill cost formula plugin. The first skill, Summon Gold Command, uses the note tag SirL.mpcost math.floor of A.mmp times 0.05. Let's break this down. The formula looks like a damage formula, doesn't it? Of course it does. It's supposed to mimic that behavior. Now, math.floor is JavaScript that takes whatever is in the parentheses and rounds it down to the nearest number. Now, A is shorthand code to access the actor object, just like in the damage formula. The rest is just like any other damage formula. Yep, sounds good enough to me. The next skill is harden. This skill uses the skill cost formula in a simple way by just the gold cost to 5. By just setting the gold cost to 5. And that should be setting. And this is why I use common events. Where is that? Just set. Set by just setting. And I believe all that's going to go over. So boom. The gold cost to 5. Yep. Good. Continue. How does it change the gold cost when there is only MP and TP? Don't know. Oh, it's simple. You can just make a custom cost value using plugin parameters shown here. So you can see that you can have an unlimited number of custom skill costs, with each skill cost having to put which each skill cost you have to provide a skill name and skill source. The picture below shows gold, which is a source of $gameparty._gold. So with that in mind, we return to the harden skill, and you can see in the note section the tag SirLegna gold cost 5. When using alt cost, you have to have the name in all lowercase. Then in this specific case, it will remove 5 from the source, which is it will also check to find out if the skill can be used in the first place. The next skill is extract lotion. This skill uses SirLegna's a skill that costs 5 HP using the following command. Simple. The final cost is pretty neat. You can make skills cost items. The final skill is rub-in lotion. As you can see in the note tag, SirL lotion costs 1. This is another alternate cost, which source is defined by $gameparty.items (1), which means the number of items the party has for the first index item in the database. I think that explains it perfectly fine. Any objections? I don't hear any objections. Yay, food time. Well, I hope you will have a great rest of your day. Most likely by the end of tonight, this plugin will be up. And give me a second. This demo will be up. The plugin is already up. You can grab all my plugins right now. The demo will be up. You'll be able to play it. And yeah, other than that, I hope you'll have a good night, and I am leaving. Thank you, Skepsis D, for keeping me company throughout all of this. Bye.